Steve Morgan here, Australian Bass Tournaments. We have just finished the Humminbird Bass Electric Australian Open here at Wyaralong Dam. It's a lake that punches out some of the biggest bags of Australian bass that Queensland has to offer. Pete Bostock wins the event with 10 bass, for wait for it, over 14 kilos. That's over 1.4 kilo average per bass. And just quietly, how big was that bag of 3 bass for over 6 kilos of Steve Eldred?
Unbelievable.
It's an amazing lake, isn't it?
Yeah, there was real potential. Going in with a lead yesterday, you were never secure because of what Steve brought in. Amazing.
We saw Pete Bostock's highlights on day one, and there'll be some of them rolling in the background here. He has, we call it Pete's Magic Tree, up the, I think it's the southern arm of the lake. You went there yesterday and caught a limit quickly. I suppose what you were thinking, all of that duty down there this morning, was, is the tree going to hold up for 2 days?
Exactly right. It held up the last tournament out here, so I had a bit of faith it would. Plus, I didn't touch my other 2 spots at all yesterday. And in hindsight, lucky I didn't because there were no fish on it, it seems, today. Anyway.
One thing I did notice was how much finesse goes into you getting these fish. There's a lot of fish in this lake, but they don't bite for everybody. Take us through the technique and the tackle that you use to get those fish to bite.
Yeah, sure, Steve. So running an ultralight rod, a Phoenix feather. It's a designated jig stick, like for your skirted jigs, with a Shimano Chronarch, just nice and light. 8 metres of 20-pound fluorocarbon, so that's just the Daiwa J-thread fluorocarbon, and 20-pound 832 underneath it. Hooked up like a bogan bait fisher, right? Literally a wide mouth hook and a just a size 1 ball sinker. The bait they liked, the brand new Power Bait Gulp prawns. Brilliant. In the smaller size, they're only the 2-inch. I ran out of the green ones I was using, so I got stuck with 2 packets of bloodworms, which I bought yesterday, because I knew I was 1 fish per bait.
Tell us how do you rig it on the like a yellow belly bobbin, but you're rigging the power baits on it. How do you thread it through? Do you hook it through the back? What do you do?
No, so put it straight through sideways, and so it just sort of does this in the water. So I did a fair bit of practice with it in the sink at home just to make sure I had the motion right, and there's like different segments in the tail and it seemed to swim different, so it just keep burying into that 3rd segment, get it to just wave it with the tiniest of touches.
So it's like you're live bait fishing without the live bait.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I mean, you could probably count this stuff as bait, I guess. Hyper effective and just looked realistic.
Pete, you came second last time we were here at the Open. You lost to Jake Schwinn. Must feel great to have a bit of retribution this year, stepping that up to that 1st place.
Well, it would have been better if he was here, for sure. But no, as I said, any time you beat Adrian's a win, because that means you're going to be somewhere near the top. So you're very happy to walk away with it.
Now, you had some issues with your trailer yesterday. You snapped off that winch post there and limped home. You had some people that helped you get back in the water, didn't you?
I did, yeah. So firstly, Mick Horn and Tommy Reynolds were outstanding down on the ramp. It got me boat on. Luke Rogan sent me a message on the way home. I mentioned to Luke that had happened. By the time I pulled into my driveway, Luke's there with his welder, all his tools, and an hour later we were into the rums and it was all done. So.
Well, there you go. That's what it's all about, the fishing community getting together. Anyone else that you want to thank after such a great win and $2,500 in the back pocket?
Oh, absolutely. I just want to thank Humminbird for the great support they've done. Everyone out here is running some sort of high-end sounder. Humminbird make a premium product, and that's awesome, right? They've put their money where their mouth is and supported this really well. Obviously, yourself, Nicole, and Mitch for running the event. I know it's you're smack in the middle of barra season, and to come down and run this is outstanding. And all the people that came and entered. Nathan Swanson, he and I did a bit of pre-fishing together, so it's always nice to have someone on the water with you to help develop some ideas. But yeah, just everyone that turned up is great.
Now we lost a few anglers because of the border closures and with COVID, etc. We were lucky to run this event. Anyone that wants to come and give the Open a go, what's your advice to them? It's not hard to go to find yourself a magic tree, is it?
Exactly, every tree. So the sounders all showed, as everyone will repetitively say, there was at least 6 bass on every tree. What people get hung up on is they don't find them in pre-fish, so they think they're not there. And it's just, you just got to work through a technique and find something that works for you. As you would know, ripping blades is easy, and when it's on, it's on. And happy days, and that'll be the day where I don't get anything but you clean up. It's just on the day. You can't put any faith in your pre-fish. I've seriously and honestly not caught a bass in this dam in 2 years. And I still turned up.
There you go. So there you go. Pay your money, take your chances, 100% pay your back event. Sponsored by Humminbird. That's the winner's report from the Humminbird Bass Electric Australian Open.